Real love is a reality. Real love does exist. Real love is not a myth. Real love is not even a mirage. It can actually be attained. Hello, friends. Welcome to another episode of my life experiences. My name is Wezinyaniwa Sosola, your usual host. Today, I would like to talk about the issue of real love. Earlier on in the day, I made a certain video whereby I was making some claims that real love does not exist. And I made that with evidence coming from my life experiences. I outlined 4 evidences to say that real love does not exist. It cannot be attained. I said real love is so transactional. People do not love you for who you are, but rather they love you for what you are, what you have, what you can do for them, and what you can do to those whom they like. That was my initial conclusion. Real love is non-existent. Real love is not real. Actually, real love is nothing but wishful thinking. Real love is what I call a mirage. Hi, friends. My name is Wezinyaniwa Sosola, your usual host. Welcome to another episode of my life experiences. Today, I'm making a claim about real love. Real love does not exist, and I've got evidence for this. I was just about to post that particular video before the Spirit of God convicted me and reminded me that why are you saying that real love does not exist? Based on a few incidences that you have faced in your life, why are you only focusing on the negatives? So, I would like to encourage somebody today. Maybe you are going through similar circumstance that I did. I was convicted. I was reminded that there are innumerable positive things that have ever happened in my life. Life is filled with positives and negatives. But the human being, we've got a tendency of only focusing on the negatives in life, instead of spending our time relishing the positives that have ever happened in our lives. The examples that I was giving about the negatives in my life, they are legitimate examples. They are really examples. They really happened to me. I really encountered that. In some small instances in my life, I experienced that. But the problem is I was focusing on those particular instances instead of focusing on the bigger picture. For me, some of you who have watched my videos starting from the beginning, I was talking about the background of my life. I was never raised with my birth parents. I was raised with my auntie. I was raised with the brothers. I was raised with the sisters. All these people who are not my birth parents, they made a decision. They sacrificed their time. They sacrificed their money. They sacrificed their comfort to give me a good life. They sacrificed to raise me. They sacrificed to give me good experiences. I was never a beggar. I was never a street child. I was never somebody in lack. I was always filled and satisfied with good things. I was sent to good schools. My school fees was paid for. So many things were done for me. But I rather chose to focus on the small negative aspects of life. So I was convicted today that you are not uploading this particular video whereby you are saying real love is transactional, it does not exist. People only love you for what you are, what you have, or what you can do for them. The claim that I was making, I had outlined some evidences right there. But the Spirit of God said, you are not going to upload this video today. You make a counter video claiming that real love does exist. Again, based on positive experiences that you've encountered in life. The first positive experience is what I've just said. I was never raised by my birth parents. In fact, when I was young, my parents retired on medical grounds. They went to the village. I used to be a village girl, staying in the village. At that time, schools at the village were not very good. So I would have either been married off or I wouldn't have even learned at all. But somebody showed me the love. They took me from the village and sent me to good schools, experiences, and so many things that I couldn't have had if love did not exist. So I just want to encourage somebody. It's evening this side of the world. Whatever time you're watching this, that love real love does exist. You make a choice to focus on the negatives in life. But today, make a choice to focus on the positive. Look at the holistic picture of your life. There is only a small portion of your life that is negative, but a larger portion of it is also positive. There are so many people that have showered you with so much love, so many people that have refreshed your life, so many people that have encouraged you, so many people that have embraced you in your time of need, so many people that have encouraged you in your time of need, whether be it people you know or people you do not know. I'm sure at some point in your life, somebody has ever been there for you. Stop focusing on the few incidences when somebody maybe you really cared for, somebody you really trusted did not show up for you. Do not focus on that. Rather, choose to focus on the areas that are positive in life. I've got an example. In Malawi, to give you a context, when children are going to secondary school, or you would call it high school, it is common practice that we send them to boarding school. So my son was sent to boarding school at quite a young age. Second term of the boarding school, he became very, very, very sick. The school gave me a phone call to say, come, your son is sick, you should take him to the hospital. And at that time, you can imagine, my home was 5-hour drive away from the school, 400 kilometers away. So it wasn't practical for me to drive there the same day. I take him to the hospital. So what I did, I called my relations that side and said, can you go pick up my child, take him to the hospital? While I'm preparing to start off, I'll find you at the hospital. But when my relatives picked up the child to the hospital, he was really sick, but they told me that we've come here, we've checked in, the doctors have put him on a regime of some drugs, and they have assured us that your son will be well. And we are going to be here guarding your child day and night. There were two relatives, my auntie and my sister-in-law. They stayed there at the hospital. One will stay in the afternoon, the other will stay at night. So the whole time my son was sick, about a week, they were there with him. And they actually told me that doctors here are professionals. They will treat your son, he will be better. Don't bother to come here. We are taking care of your son. You'd rather stay there, be on your knees and pray for your son to be well. So I did just that. I stayed back home. I did not go, and my heart was at peace because I felt so much love. They could give me updates on my son's health, how he was doing, how he was being treated, how he was being cared for. But now, when I was making my video, instead of referencing to these good experiences that I had, I was only focusing on the few negative incidences that I faced in my life. As I'm saying that, most of the times as human beings, we've got a tendency of focusing only on the negative aspects of life, leaving out the positive aspects of life that form a larger portion of our lives. But I just want to encourage you. There are so many positive areas of your life where you can redirect your focus. May you please focus on the positive aspects of your life today. When you were refreshed by a stranger, when you are refreshed by people you know, when you were showered with so much love, when you were showered with so much blessings, just take your time, think about your life. I'm sure you will find some positives right there. In life, there are both positives and negatives. It's just a matter of making a deliberate choice what you want to focus on. And today, I just want to encourage you. May you please make a choice to focus on the positives in life. Think about the positives in life and wear a smile on your face. Because you've got so many reasons. You've got so much to be thankful for. You've got so much to be appreciative for. There are so many people that you can appreciate and be thankful for. Most of all, you can be thankful to God. Finally, let me encourage you with a Bible verse coming from the book of Proverbs 17, verse 22. It reads, "A merry heart does good like medicine, but a broken spirit dries the bones." A broken spirit does dry the bones, but a merry heart does good to you like medicine. So just make a choice to have a merry heart. Make a deliberate choice to focus on the positives. Make a deliberate choice to wear a smile on your face. Thank you so much, friends. I hope this has encouraged somebody. Stay blessed.